Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Hugo Clueless, speaking from the Fingerville Academy. Our two candidates for the White House are here to debate immigration this evening, Mr. RIPIMOV and Ms. LEMARX. Let's get to it, shall we? Mr. RIPIMOV, what are your views?
It's very simple, Hugo. We need immigrants, and they need us. It's a match made in heaven, and I say, bring 'em on.
Thank you for that statement. Ms. LEMARX, what are your thoughts?
As the child of immigrants who expanded their hotel chain across America, I am living proof that immigration works. So, hooray for immigration! Rah, rah, rah!
How very moving! Now then, should we accept all immigrants? Or should there be some standard? Mr. RIPIMOV.
Immigration is a match made in heaven, but this means they have to like us, and we have to like them. So to make this marriage work, I've come up with my 2-point program.
How interesting! Before we hear about this program, what do you think, Miss LEMARX?
Standards is another word for stigma. Above all else, our system must be fair, and this means no stigma, and therefore no standards.
How very humane. Mr. RIPIMOV.
Let's be fair, Hugo, but let's be reasonable. After all, our country has values. We are capitalists. We are consumers. We like action-packed movies. Above all else, we are freedom-loving, which is why we love our guns so much. Immigrants must share our values, and this is where part 1 of my program kicks in. We pound these values in until they finally take hold, and if they don't take hold, we kick these immigrants out. For their sake mainly, because this marriage just won't work.
Yes, that does sound practical. Ms. LEMARX.
I think this is most unkind. Has Mr. RIPIMOV never read that poem carved into the Statue of Liberty? Give me your tired, your poor, your humbled asses yearning to be free.
I believe it reads, your humbled masses.
It doesn't matter. These are still America's most stirring words. And I would add to this list. Give me your sick, your decrepit, your unemployed, your drooling, dangerous, scabby-ridden, wide-eyed fanatics, because these raggedy losers are people still, and it's America's job to clasp them to its bosom.
Are you saying that you would take in anyone and everyone from anywhere on earth without ensuring that they share our values?
Yes. To be true to the American soul, we must bring in your scabby, your louse-ridden, and even your dead. All will be welcome if I am president.
I don't want my gin and tonic being served to me by someone whose hands are leprous.
My apologies for interrupting, but could I ask you how you would pay for the immigrants who arrive, Mr. RIPIMOV?
That's where the second part of my 2-point program comes in. We love immigrants, and they must love us. To show this love, they'll work at jobs that we're too freedom-loving to do ourselves, hauling garbage, serving gin and tonics, inhaling toxic fumes, and handling TNT. If immigrants do this for 10 full years, they'll prove that they love us, and we'll invite them to stay.
This sounds hard but sensible. Miss LEMARX.
My rival speaks of love, but love is unconditional. And so I say we open the floodgates and accept everyone, no matter how sick and dangerous they might prove, and to hell with the cost. By admitting the unskilled, the lazy, and the criminally insane without imposing our ways or making them pay, they'll feel such love and gratitude that in the end, they'll gladly haul our garbage and handle our TNT.
Love is a contract. You scratch my back, and I scratch yours. If they love my big-ass car and jumbo-sized Happy Meal, and I love their willingness to serve me on their hands and knees, both parties will get along just dandy. A match made in heaven. Just as I said.
You're stigmatizing their madness, violence, and disease. That's not love, but supremacy. As if health is better than sickness and rich is better than poor. Do you know what I say? Open up the border and let everyone in. Better yet, give everyone across the globe U.S. citizenship from birth.
That's way too feely-mealy to work. Unlike my 2-point program. Pound them with our values and make them serve us till their hands and knees are bloody.
Thank you so much for this honest exchange and giving us so much to think about. And heartfelt thanks to our lovely audience, who we hope now feel themselves ready to cast their votes responsibly. Good night to you all, and please tune into future Fingerville debates.